He's come out fighting. He's basically said to them, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. And no one has. They've bottled it. Everyone who has come out against him thus far, they're going to be punished.
So Wes has to move now. Starmer's got a secret survival plan, and these secret texts reveal it in full. Can't believe I'm saying this.
No.
This is the biggest story of the day no one's talking about.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Expresso. I'm JJ Anisiobi and this is Associate Editor James the Straight Talker Walker. James, Starmer is surviving for now.
For now, JJ, but at the time of recording, loads of resignations rolling in. You got Jess Phillips.
All right, yeah, big name.
That's
Fair.
the only big name really so far.
Yeah.
Someone, Alex Davies-Jones, Victims Minister.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And then a minister whose name I have forgotten, even though we did this intro once before. And she told me.
Fawn Boulay,
right.
A junior minister in the Housing and Communities Department.
Yep.
She was the first one to resign.
Right.
Yeah, she was the first one to go, followed
Yeah.
by Victims Minister and then followed by Jessie.
I mean, the first one to resign, literally, I think we all shrugged our shoulders and
Yeah.
like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is
fine.
she? What does she do?
Probably worse news for Starmer. Andy Burnham's coming down on the train like a latter-day Lenin, sort of coming into London. Nastrovka. He's ready to take Starmer out, have him shot. proper Lenin vibe. Cabinet meeting today went pretty badly, didn't it, JJ? Do you want to talk us through?
Did it go badly? Look, people, I think from what I'm hearing, the cabinet is very much split. Some of them are behind Rayner, some of them are behind Streeting,
Yep.
some of them behind Miliband, some of them are behind Burnham, but not enough of the heavy hitters are going against Starmer. So,
No.
if you can get, once we see a Lammy, if Lammy resigns, yeah, if
I mean, if Lammy resigns and says in his letter, "I've got no confidence in you,"
then
You're
Starmer's in
cooked.
trouble.
You're
Yeah,
cooked.
then Starmer's in trouble. If Miliband resigns or Streeting resigns, then we're going to see a domino effect, I think. But at the moment, those heavy hitters are not jumping ship and they're not trying to push Starmer to resign. Starmer, basically, this is the most convincing I've seen him in his whole premiership. He's come out fighting. He's basically said to them, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. If you want me to go, do a leadership challenge then.
Yeah.
And no one has. They've bottled it.
Although he kind of was started off with a hard man act of like, come on in if you're hard enough. They said, I'll meet you all one-to-one afterwards. If you want to chat, I'll do you one-to-one. And then after the cabinet meeting ended, a bunch of sources are saying he just then ran off.
Yes.
And like hid in his bedroom while they were stood outside like, can we have a chat? Like, it's a bit weird. Anyway, psychodrama aside, Wes Streeting, like you say, one of the main people moving against Starmer. He's expected to move, but JJ, loads of people hate him.
Yeah.
He's a weird guy, right? He's a weird guy.
Tell me more.
He's a weird guy on the right of the party, right?
Uh-huh.
One of these people who's just been in politics from day one. Bit of a sleaze. Student union politics.
Yeah.
Straight into being a bag carrier. Climbing his letchy little way up the ladder. All the way now he thinks until the top. But about half the PLP hate him. And want him nowhere near power.
Yeah.
Some of them even come out already and said, if Streeting gets in power, we'll just start another coup. Right.
Oh,
We go back to Lenin. This is real sort of like revolutionary stuff. This is mad. And most of the party membership hate the guy's guts. They're all left-wing Hackney types. Like we've talked about on this podcast before.
Yeah.
Wes Streeting is not a left-wing Hackney type.
No, he is not. But still, amongst the cabinet members, I don't think Streeting is going to be ruling himself out of going for it. He's not plotting, but he's planning. That's what they keep on saying. He's planning. If the opportunity arises, he will surely go for it. But for me, the opportunity has arisen. This is it.
He has to go now.
Yeah.
Because so many people in the party hate him. And because if he ever got a challenge from the left, i.e. Rayner or Burnham, he'd lose flat out. No chance at all. He has to move before they can enter the race. Now, obviously, Rayner's got her, how do we put it, unresolved tax situation.
Yeah.
She's got her unresolved tax situation. Burnham is not even an MP.
True.
He's come down on the train to see if he can find a seat, I think.
Very good.
He's expected to meet Labour MPs today to basically beg them and go, can you back me?
Yeah.
Can you see if you can find a seat for me somewhere?
Well, there are two in Scotland. There's a couple of by-elections coming up in Scotland. You
Yeah.
could go for that. I'm sure he'll say, I've got no connection to wherever it is in Scotland.
Well, he's got no connection to anywhere that he could get a seat.
Yeah.
There's talk of him standing in Norwich. I mean, if anyone's been to Norwich, It's kind of like, well, it's basically Hackney at large, right? It's kind of very lefty city.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of young people, quite trendy. Mm-hmm. Sort of feels like Green Party territory. You could end up with egg on his face.
They used to film the Jeremy Kyle show in Norwich.
Did they?
Yeah, that's what it's famous for.
Right.
And it was Trisha before that. So, yeah, let that be a warning to you.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. I'm going to stay away from Norfolk from now on. Yeah, I mean, so Wes has to move now, right? If he's got any chance in hell, he's going to have to move now. But JJ, and we'll get to this in a bit, but Starmer's got a secret survival plan.
Starmer has a secret survival plan.
He has a secret survival plan, and these secret texts reveal it in full. This text to the Times from there's a text to the Times complaining to the rest of the PLP that replacing Starmer now would be like falling into a reform trap.
Correct.
Basically. Now, Starmer's team are banking on this being the thinking of most of the PLP. And they're also banking on Streeting being quite unpopular. Now, this is his secret survival plan. He's gone to basically a bunch of people in Downing Street and said, will you work on my leadership election campaign? And how that's what we revealed on the podcast 2 weeks ago. And look, it's coming to fruition now.
Yes.
He's fully planning to fight a leadership contest. And if it's just him and Wes Streeting, if Wes Streeting falls into the trap of moving against Starmer today, that's it. I genuinely think Starmer could beat Wes Streeting in a leadership election.
I think you're right. I think he absolutely can. And we also revealed on the podcast last week before, that Starmer was planning on bringing back Angela Rayner. And that was going to be his way of appeasing the left part of the party. That he'd give Rayner a nice cushy job, and hopefully that would stop her from trying to run against him. But this whole thing about if they look, whoever goes against Starmer, if anyone goes against Starmer and is able to win and knock him off the throne there, this is what Reform wants, and it'll play into their hands. And then Reform will be saying, "You've got to have a general election. You've got to do a general election right now." But let me remind you about Reform. When Robert Jenrick came on this show, after having defected from the Tories to Reform, I said to him, "You got to call a by-election then, haven't you? Because people who voted for you, they voted for you because you were a Tory, not because you were in Reform." And he went, "No, I will not be doing it. I'm still going to serve my constituency as best I can." Yada 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 yada. When people have defected to Reform have not held by-elections. They don't do it. But now they're going to say, well, if it's a different Labour leader, then we should have a general election. No, because it's still the Labour Party, and Starmer, as weak as he's been, I don't think Rayner's going to be so drastically different to Starmer or Burnham or Miliband. They're not going to be so drastically different that it feels like we've got a different party in power altogether. So I think it's hypocritical and foolhardy for a Reform, when they inevitably come out and say it, to be calling for a general election because the leadership has changed.
It'll be one of those things they say but don't necessarily mean. They just want to touch, because a lot of people in the country will be feeling, you say Rayner and Burnham aren't that different from Starmer, they are quite a bit more left-wing.
They're more left-wing, but I don't think they're going to be going in there and saying, right, we're going to now increase all of our net zero by 25 billion. We're going to take money into that. We're going to now withdraw our troops from all around the world. We're going to stop funding our, what's our nuclear program called? Trident. We're going to stop doing Trident. None of that crazy stuff is going to happen. They will not be doing anything so substantially different that we'll be saying, oh my goodness, the country feels so different now.
They're not as left-wing as Corbyn, but they are quite left-wing. I mean, Rayner was sort of saying about stopping the boats. She was like, this is not Labour principles stopping the boats. She is more left-wing.
Starmer's not stopped the boats either. So that's what I mean. It's not. We're not going to actually feel any tangible difference.
Yeah, but it's one of the things Reform will say, they should hold an election. They didn't have a mandate for all this. They don't have a mandate. They need to go to the electorate for a mandate. It's what Labour said about the Tories. The Tories rightly, fairly, like you say, never did it. They never stood down. What it means for us, though, is we're going to get another probably 2 prime ministers before the next general election. We'll have, we talk about, is it going to be Rayner or Streeting? Chances are it'll be both, right? One of them will get it, fumble the bag, another one will step in, lose a general election, and we're back to what we've been suffering the last 5 years.
How depressing.
How
utterly depressing.
Britain in the bin.
Britain in the bin. Yeah, jeez Louise. Okay, but look, so far I've got 83 Labour MPs who've called for Starmer to resign. Labour have got 402 MPs, I believe.
Something like
that. So I don't think there's enough unity within Labour for any one to be the strong standout candidate at the moment.
They're going to have to get a lot more people calling for him to go for one candidate to have the 81. They're basically, for people who don't know, the leadership candidates need 81 MPs to back them to have any chance of put a formal challenge to Starmer. Like you say, with 82, 85, whatever it is that have crossed the line so far, a third will be for Rayner, a third will be for Burnham.
Yeah.
2 will be for Miliband, and the rest will be for Streeting. So none of them have got a clear backing at the minute.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to get to probably like 150 plus before we start to see someone's got 80 behind them.
Yeah.
And they can actually fully move, which is why Streeting hasn't fully moved yet. I think. Look, I think what's going to see probably, if I was the betting man, rest of the week, resignations keep coming in. Very Boris kind of vibe, stagger of resignations, one every hour, so-and-so's resigned, someone you've never heard of has resigned, the MP for Caerphilly is gone, all that sort of stuff. And then eventually he has no mandate anymore, right, in his party, and he just goes, screw this. He probably turns to his wife Victoria at night and goes, babe.
He calls her babe. I can imagine that.
Should I carry on? And she says, no. Let's retire to the townhouse in North London and just, write a book. Sorry, excuse my language. For God's sake, write a book.
Let's say there's another route here. Let's say that Starmer survives this and no one comes forward to challenge him. Everyone who has come out against him thus far, they're going to be punished. It's
going to be an awkward thing of turning up for work on Wednesday. The King's sorry not to forget, it's the King's speech tomorrow.
Yes.
Right, what the King's speech is, everyone will be familiar, sets out the government's plan for the year ahead.
How are you going to do that?
How are they going to do that? Like, is he going to go up there and be like, well, maybe my government will not 100%. It's crazy. It's going to be so awkward tomorrow. It's like you say, if no one can put a challenge against him and he survives, it's just going to be like a very awkward 3 years of kind of nothing really getting done.
Yeah.
There's going to be no elections to force him out. He's just going to kind of sit there like a squatter in number 10.
Maybe this will G him up. Maybe this will force him to, as I say, this is the strongest I've seen him in the last 2 years. Maybe this is the moment that turns Starmer.
Yes.
And he's like, right, I'm going to take on reform.
Yeah, we're going to have another reset.
Yes.
And this is my big policy. We're going to introduce chess clubs at every school. And the economy will grow 10% a year. I promise you. Comrade. Sorry, I got confused with Burnham for a second there. Look, I think a word of warning to Labour MPs thinking of getting rid of Starmer. I can't believe I'm saying this.
No.
This is the biggest story of the day no one's talking about.
Go on.
There's news going around the bond markets. They are going to freak the F out if they get rid of Starmer and replace him with someone on the left of the party. Rayner, Burnham. It will be a Liz Truss style revolt from the bond markets. They will just be like, right, we've got a huge problem with the UK at the minute. Welfare is out of control. Tax is crazy. Regulation is crazy. So what's your solution? Get rid of the slightly bland centrist guy who's not doing anything and replace him with a militant lefty or someone on the soft left of the party who's going to increase regulation, as Rayner has done with her employment rights bill. That was going to give everyone flat out protections from day one. Crazy. Anyone who works in the business, anyone who's ever managed anyone knows how nuts that is. That would kill growth. All these sorts of regulations and stuff they've got planned for the economy would destroy growth, and the bond markets just won't have it. And I mean, is that good for democratic politics that markets can just get rid of leaders? No. But they will.
It's common sense at the end of the day. But common sense ain't that common, James.
No.
And I think the Labour people who are plotting to get Starmer out or planning on getting him out, I don't think they're thinking long term at all. They're just thinking about their own personal success.
No.
Yeah.
They just want a government car.
Yeah.
They want their government car. They want to go to, like, I don't know, the Met. Well, what's our equivalent of the Met? The BAFTAs or something.
I guess it's actually soon, the Serpentine Garden Party.
Yeah, they want to go to stuff like that. They want to go to the July 4th party at the embassy.
Yes.
Just so our listeners know, this is like the sort of social calendar is now kicking in.
Yeah.
They want their government car. They want to be a minister so they can go to all these parties. They don't really care about this country anymore, I don't think.
That's a pretty damning statement to say.
Anyway.
The MPs don't care about this country. Anyway, well, let's leave it there. I'm hoping when this episode comes out, Starmer is still in power. And this episode is not dated.
Good luck to you in the comments.
Thanks for watching today's Expresso. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think below. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the hype button. Bye-bye.